will love him or hate him, but you can't ignore him. This is Shankar Sharma for you. I'm just thinking what to ask him. When I thought that I should invite the Shankar Sharma to the show, I was thinking there is so much to learn from him, to talk to him. And then we thought, why not a subject which he's loving right now, which is quantitative investment. Shankar, it's a pleasure to have you on the basics with Omkara. Thank you for taking time out. I'm excited to learn a lot of things from you.
I'm honored to be here, Vinder. I mean, as you know, I've followed you for a number of years, your journey from being literally on the other side of the screen to being the screen yourself now. I mean, I'm really happy and privileged, and I'll do whatever it takes to explain, the way I look at investing today versus the way I've looked at it over the previous 30, 35 years that I've been doing this.
Lovely. So, as I said, sir, it's a show where we want, there's a conversation, and I know that you have never been a guy who stops what you have to say. आपको हिंदी में, इंग्लिश में जैसे आपको मन करे बात करने के लिए बिंदास बात कीजिए आज के शो में. I think everyone is looking ahead to know the real Shankar Sharma. So, sir, I come into the subject of that how you make money. उससे पहले, tell us about yourself. Honestly, बहुत लोगों को मालूम नहीं है. Everyone knows about the swanky Shankar Sharma, but where did you start from? How was the journey? कहाँ से शुरू किया? कितने पापड़ बेले आपने?
Yeah, so in a lot of ways, what happened last year to millions of people in the COVID crash is that they lost their jobs or they had a stream of income which they lost, and they gravitated towards the stock market. And I think some of them are doing very well. And I think from that crisis, a lot of great investors will be born. So, in a way that happened to me in 1981 when my father died when I was a teenager. And I was just, I think, first year of college. And it was like, again, a stream of income had gone. So that was my COVID crash. And then it happened that the tenant, one of the tenants, and we had a house with 4-5 tenants. So that was a stream of income of, I think, 4,000-5,000 rupees. We did not have much family wealth because the father was a professional engineer working in coal India. So उन्होंने जो वो एक tenant साहब थे, Mr. Siddiqui, and he was filling up some public issue forms होते थे. तो मैंने पूछा अंकल आप क्या भर रहे हो, तो कहते हैं कि यार ये अच्छी चीज है और तुम मम्मी से 2,000 रुपए लेके आओ and I will make you invest in this. I said है क्या ये तो बताओ. So then he explained to me ये शेयर होता है, इसमें आप डालोगे, इसको स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में ट्रेडिंग होती है. मैंने कहा यार तो इसमें पैसे बनते हैं, बिल्कुल बनते हैं, ठीक से करो. So I wanted to get rich quick because I had no source of income, and my earning years were when I was 17 or 18 at that time in 81, 82. So your earning years are at least कम से कम 7-8 साल दूर है. And then I bought shares with some analysis of Asian hotels. I said यार कि ये मतलब Delhi is developing, outer ring road is coming, ring roads are getting built. So वहां पर ये hotel आ रहा है. Then IBGC was a big brand anywhere even then. So ये broad thinking पर Asian hotels के 10 रुपए का शेयर था, par value पे था, firm allotment मिल गया. And it then went up to 10-15 times suddenly from 2,000 rupees at 50,000 rupees in a couple of years. I said यार ये तो कमाल है बहुत. So उससे समझ लो कि what happened to a lot of youngsters last year, what happened to me in 81, 82. After that, of course, one has had a journey of mistakes, which is inevitable in this business, a whole journey. It's a fascinating, as I always tell anybody who comes to work for us, that you should be willing to do this for free. Because इसमें जो मजा है, the knowledge, learning that goes into it, वो real gain है. बाकी पैसा तो is a byproduct in my view. So I just enjoy every single day, and I work as hard, if not harder, today than what I have done in the past. And I only say this that ये कोई hard work थोड़े है, you get paid to learn.
सही है. So, but you are very different, to be honest. मैं मेरे ख्याल में सबसे बात करता हूँ इस मार्केट में. Your school of investing is very, very different, right? I have read your tweets sometimes where you say कि boss ये Buffettology क्या होता है, क्यों होता है, ये PE क्यों होता है, everything it depends होता है. You started or First Global started, working, and I really love and I really admired your old reports, I still remember, वो एक पेज पे आता था पूरे का पूरा P&L और बैलेंस शीट, एक पेज पे पढ़ लो तो क्लियर हो जाता था. And from that fundamental research, now you have shifted to quantitative, investing. So your investing style is very different from the traditional old-time investors who I know in Indian markets. Tell us about that journey. Like, एक होता है ना सर, आपका वो mindset change हुआ कि how it worked.
No, that's a good question. So I'll tell you, we have never, आज तक हमने ₹1 किसी से मैनेज करने के लिए लिया in our entire journey till a few years back. And उसके पीछे रीजन है. I mean, our PMS license, I think जब इशू किया था सेबी ने 98 फर्स्ट जब स्टार्ट ही हुआ था प्रोडक्ट, तभी हमने अप्लाई किया, तभी से हमारे पास. बट प्रोडक्ट हमने अभी जाके किया, समझ लीजिए 21 साल के बाद. एंड द रीजन फॉर दैट इज दैट investing personal money is very different from investing public money. There are two different parameters, दो अलग-अलग मापदंड होने चाहिए उसके, and people who mix up the two things are never going to do justice to public money. Let me explain. Private money में क्या होता है? I am prepared to take huge amount of risk on a small number of stocks. Okay, that is the way it will work. And over a lifetime of investing 20-30, just by statistical probability, उसमें से 2-5 तो big winners हो ही जाएंगे. So if I look at the pie chart of my life's income and net worth, I would think 5 stocks would have contributed 95%. Okay, out of maybe 200-500 stocks one must have bought, if not more than that, in one's lifetime. Now that I consider to be largely luck and little skill. Okay, and जो example मैं हमेशा देता हूँ, and that is the one where one made the most money, was Amazon. जहाँ पर कि 2001 में when the company was really bankrupted, it was almost going bust, their bonds were yielding 19%. When we found that there was actually enough evidence to suggest companies turning around, so we really put out a big buy report. Jeff Bezos का email भी आया हम लोगों को उसके बाद. Thank you for the support, because nobody was supporting the company at that time. Mary Meeker, Morgan Stanley downgrade, Lehman Brothers downgrade, everything was bad for the company, which is when we thought out of the box. And we put in some more, some of our own capital also. Okay, वो वहां से you can see the journey is 200.
But that was a fundamental call or a quantitative call, and you say it was more of a luck than skill.
Yes, so it was a fundamental call. 100%. We were not quantitative at all, but ultimately it was based on data, based on numbers, but done in a very traditional old style fashion. हमने 10 Qs निकाले, देखते ही थे. उसमें जो बैलेंस शीट थे उसमें देखा कि the company had turned free cash positive in that very quarter where all Wall Street had downgraded the stock to junk. तो आप समझो कि 10Q अगर आप पढ़ते तो उसमें क्लियर था the company has made $140 million of free cash for the first time since going public. 96 में it went public. 5 साल तक negative cash था, burning cash like crazy as all internet companies were. And everybody then at that quarter said company is going to go bust. और उसी quarter में $140 million free cash है. We could not believe it. When my analyst came and showed me, I said, यार के ये तो कुछ गड़बड़ लगता है, because how are we seeing something which whole of the world is not seeing? ऐसा थोड़े हो सकता है. So then we wrote a mail to Bezos and to his CFO, and they came on a call and they confirmed the number. They said yes, it is 143 million or 145 million, whatever that number was for the quarter. I said यार जो कंपनी 600-700 मिलियन एनुअलाइज कर रही है फ्री कैश फ्लो, बैंकरप्ट तो नहीं होगी बॉस, भले उसका स्टॉक चले नहीं चले, बट नाउ यू हैव अ फ्लोर ऑन द स्टॉक प्राइस. Based on very rigorous bottom up fundamental analysis in the old style. So अब now comes the interesting part. वो $15 का शेयर था, अब 15 से वो 30 हो गया, 40 हो गया, 50 हो गया, 60 हो गया. It went up 3-4 times from our price. The question is, उसके बाद की जर्नी जो थी, I consider luck, because neither Bezos knew, nor I knew, nor anybody knew that $60 का स्टॉक जो था वो $3,300 हो जाएगा 20 साल के बाद. So if I look at, sorry,
अगर मैं ऐसा सोचूं तो राकेश जी लुपिन पे बैठे हैं, टाइटन पे बैठे हैं, या देयर आर अदर इन्वेस्टर्स जो XYZ कंपनीज पे बैठे हैं जिनको अपने को एग्जांपल्स पता है. HDFC, DVs, blah blah blah. So you are saying कि that is on luck. बाकी पहला 2 गुना, 3 गुना, 4 गुना, 5 गुना बनना वो स्किल होता है, बट उसके बाद कंटिन्यूअस रिसर्च करना डज नॉट एड अप.
बिकॉज आपने एक अच्छा स्टॉक ले लिया, 3 गुना तक तो आपके स्किल ने आपको साथ दिया, 3 गुना से 300 गुना जो हुआ साहब वो नसीब था. बिकॉज आपको नीचे के लेवल्स पे, जब आप सी लेवल पे थे, आपको मालूम नहीं पहाड़ कहां तक है. यू कैनॉट सी दैट मच. यू कैन ओनली सी अप टू द पॉइंट ऑफ लेट अस से 1000 मीटर्स और इवन 2000 मीटर्स. आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि वो 10,000 मीटर का पहाड़ बनेगा या 100 या 1 लाख मीटर का पहाड़ बनेगा. That is, there is not that much visibility. Nobody in the world can see beyond 2 years. So मैं यही कहता हूं, मैंने $3,000 कमाया Amazon के एक शेयर पर, फॉर एग्जाम्पल. उसमें से मैं $50 बोलता हूं मेरा स्किल था. $2,950, which is virtually 98% of my gains came from luck. That is the way I look at it. So 2% was skill, 98% was luck. Whether it is DV's lab, whether it is HDFC Bank, हमने निकाला सर ₹3 पे in 96. That piece of research is that.
So how do one size up the portfolio? One thing, because $15 पे या 4 पे HDFC बैंक में साइजिंग उतना नहीं होगा, बिकॉज कॉन्फिडेंस उतना नहीं होगा बेस्ड ऑन द नंबर्स. साइजिंग कैसे करेंगे? दूसरा, व्हेन वी लर्न फ्रॉम अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल व्हेन दे से कि हर क्वार्टर का, हर इन्वेस्टर कॉल का आप रिव्यू करते रहो. जब करते हैं तो आपको भरोसा हो जाता है कि कंपनी सही पाथ पे जा रही है कि नहीं जा रही है, एंड दैट इज हाउ यू सिट ऑन दैट इन्वेस्टमेंट, राइट? एंड दैट इज हाउ यू नो कि अगर मार्केट नीचे भी जाता है, डीमोनेटाइजेशन हुआ, फिर भी टाइटल पे बैठो और ऐड करो उसको. So my point is, one, how do I size? Because at that there is no empirical evidence at those prices of, 3-4 rupees or $15 of Amazon. And second, thus fundamental study may not help me to constantly review and build my confidence to sit in that company.
Right. So to answer the first question, how do you size it? You will size it based on your available liquidity. It is as simple as that. The rule of thumb one follows is not more than 5% at the beginning. Okay, so let's say 3 rupees HDFC Bank ho ya $15 Amazon ho, and there are many other stocks that have gone up 100-200 times. We all know that. Not more than 5%. I mean, that is a very, very strict thing. That if that money goes to zero, which it will not go to zero in most cases unless it is there is fraud. Sabhi zero hoga. Otherwise, wo आधा हो जाएगा. Maximum of your loss is the 50% loss, broadly speaking, at the foothills. तो आप अगर 5% डाल रहे हो, 5% पर अगर आप 50% or 2.5% of your liquid net worth going is fine, there's no problem. Now you can add to the position with more and more facts in it. And I always say this: a stock is riskiest at 10 rupees. The risk decreases with increase in stock price. 50 पे उसका risk कम हो जाता है, 100 पे उसका risk वहां से भी कम हो जाता है, 200 पे और कम हो जाता है. Higher the price, lower the risk. And the reason for that is higher the price signifies greater confidence of the overall investing public, number one. Number two, access to capital improves because of higher stock price. Main चीज क्या होती है साहब, कंपनियां मरती कहाँ हैं जब access to capital नहीं होता है. Correct?
सही.
If you have a high enough stock price, you have banks are more comfortable lending to. बिकॉज जैसे अच्छा मार्केट कैप आपका 2000 करोड़ रुपया होगा, 200 करोड़ में तो ₹1 नहीं मिलने वाला है आपको. 2000 करोड़ पे आपको कम से कम 100 करोड़ रुपए मिल जाएंगे बैंक से, बिकॉज यू कैन इवन प्लेज योर शेयर. देयर आर मेनी एवेन्यूज ऑफ फाइनेंसिंग दैट ओपन अप, which is what I'm saying. Higher the stock price, lower the risk.
So you are saying when the stock goes higher, you average, you buy more.
Yes. I buy less, but I will buy more. I mean, I will add to the position, but proportionately, if I have bought 1,000 shares at the lower price, I might buy only 200 or 400. A lot of it depends on what we are seeing in the company. So like an HDFC Bank is executing well, you know the data, numbers are good, you know there is one lazy competitor on the other side, which is a public sector bank. All it has to do is to show up and keep taking market share from them quarter after quarter. You will keep getting more and more confident. So that is not difficult at all. That's not the difficult part.
सर हम एप्पल की बात करते हैं, HDFC बैंक की बात करते हैं, मतलब those are कंपनीज जो अपने को पता है कि उन्होंने सही गई पैसा बनाया. But there are many companies, right, मतलब जहाँ पे पैसे जलते भी हैं. खराब भी हो जाते हैं सारे के सारे. आपने जैसे बोला कि आउट ऑफ 100 स्टॉक्स 50 स्टॉक्स ऐसे होंगे जहाँ पे पैसा नहीं बनेगा. So is it luck versus skill game what we are playing?
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I'm back to my original point that why we never took outside money till recently. Because the model of investing is largely driven by luck and less by skill. Skill है उसको HDFC बैंक को ₹3 पे पकड़ना या $15 पे Amazon पकड़ना, वो तो स्किल था आपका. बट वो 200 गुना जो हुआ वो स्किल नहीं था, वो आपका लक था. And if I start to believe that what is my luck is actually my skill, then I am just be fooling myself, which I am not good. I'm a very realistic person. I have been taught to be realistic from the time my father died. I have viewed life very, very neutrally. I have not had an easy life of honey and roses. I've had to fight for everything. When you have to be a street dog, you have to be very alert, agile. Because road पे कोई आपको time नहीं देता, रोटी नहीं देता साहब, आपको जाके कमाना पड़ता है. And uske liye you have to be extremely alert to danger and to realistic expectations. I am not going to fool myself that $15 से $3,000 की जर्नी मेरी काबिलियत थी, वो नहीं थी. 2% काबिलियत थी, 98% लगता. Therefore, now back to the question: why quantitative? Why quantitative?
So इससे पहले, sorry. So I really have two questions. One is then you just are not at all in the school of what the fundamental theories, what we have learned in the book, which is Graham or Buffett, one thing. Second is that tell us the entire investment process what you follow to make money. Like, do you start with fundamental and then go to quantitative? How does it happen?
Right. So it's not that we don't believe in the fundamental, we believe completely in it. Quantitative is nothing but, Varinder, it takes your fund, it is nothing but a coding of your learnings while leaving out the bad parts of your learning. Let us look at it that way. So quantitative machine learning codes our wisdom, you call it wisdom or learning experience, आप जो भी बोलना बोल दो उसको, into a set of rules. But because it is your computer which will then determine based on your experience what the stock should be, it will not allow you to override it and put your own biases and your own thinking. यार नहीं ऐसा नहीं है या ऐसा होना चाहिए, वो चीजों को रिमूव कर देता है, अच्छी चीजों को ले लेता है, आपकी बुराइयों को रिमूव कर देता है. So think of it as a personal trainer. आप personal trainer क्यों रखते हो साहब? ऐसा तो नहीं है कि अपने को नहीं मालूम है कैसे ट्रेनिंग होती है. वो एक डिसिप्लिनेरियन है आपकी लाइफ का. वो सुबह 6 बजे आके आपको उठाता है, वो आपको करेक्ट फॉर्म बताता है एक्सरसाइज करने का. आपका बैक जब कर्व हो रहा है तो बोलेगा ऐसे मत करो. आप जब स्ट्रेचेस में बोलोगे आप इतना क्यों करना है, थोड़ा कम कर लेते हैं, या आज नहीं करने का मन कर रहा है, वो उन चीजों में आप पर पाबंदी लगाता है. वो कहता है बॉस ऐसा नहीं है, you are paying me, it is my job to make sure you will do what I tell you to do. Think of that.
Quantitative investing will tell me about the past, and it will of course help me in determining whatever you want as a as your research house tells कि भैया ये parameters लगा दिए हमने, 5-10 parameters लगा दिए, उस पे कर रहे हैं. But it can't see the future, right?
I think it can see the future. Again, it is a vast ocean, Varinder. It is not a set of 5 rules. It takes it to a level which you cannot even imagine, when it can foresee based on the data a better glimpse of the future than you individually can. To give you one example, we bought a lot of marine and container companies in February this year in our global funds. Okay, the machines picked up many pieces of data from across the world. Okay, and it came up with this trade. From that point in February till now, a lot of those stocks are up 5x in 4 months. वो हम ह्यूमनली कैसे पकड़ते साहब? एंड वो भी वरिंदर, अगर वही एक पकड़ना था तो भी शायद पकड़ लेते. बट ऐसे वो अगर मुझे लाके across the world, मुझे out of 21,000 securities, it gives me the best 100. Humanly, I cannot even hope to get there. I will get 1 or 2, which comes back to the same point. आप humanly 2 तो पकड़ लोगे, 4 पकड़ लोगे in a lifetime. आप 500 पकड़ सकते हो, नहीं पकड़ सकते हो, possible ही नहीं है साहब.
तो सर इसमें in a normal portfolio what you have, so how many scripts normally goes in? Like I'm assuming that the allocation will be very low, right? In one stock because the number of universe what you are playing is very large.
Yes, it will be having more number of stocks than a traditional portfolio where you will have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 stocks. Because the lower the number of stocks you keep, the more the chances of randomness affecting the portfolio. So again, मैं आपको बड़ी एक example देता हूँ. We were analyzing the portfolio of a large investor in the Gulf. Okay, they have family money, but like institutional size. We were looking at their own allocation to the equity part. They're largely fixed income, some equity. उनके पास में 16 stock है, right? 16 stock है. Last year, that portfolio delivered, I think, 35%, which is good return. When we went and saw where the returns came from, out of 16, only 2 had delivered those returns. In fact, it had delivered more than that, while between, I think, 10 and 12 were flat and 2 or 3 were actually down. अब कितना हुआ साहब? 10% का आपका hit rate हुआ. Same data for this year also is being displayed, where 2 stocks are contributing nearly 98% to the returns, even for this current year, January till May. That is what traditional investing is. That only a handful of stocks will give you most of your gains. Most of your stocks will give you the least.
तो आपके normal portfolio में कितना stocks होता है सर?
So we will run at about 40 to 50 stocks.
Okay, which means less than 2% allocation per stock, right?
So there is allocation is also decided quantitatively. It is not an averaging out that every some में 2% डाल दो. It depends on the it's a volatility based measure of how much weight we will keep.
And what kind of churn normally happens in the portfolio because you are moving with the system?
No, so churn is very simple. Every quarter, the new data comes in. Okay, every quarter we have new data in terms of financial information, and all that is processed. We will get a new list of stocks, of which we will get virtually 90% will be the same list.
Oh, and what kind of holding period normally happens? Say,
अब जैसे आप इंडिया में लीजिए, India Mart we have had from 1200 rupees. That's 5, 6, 7x. It continues to be. We have had so many multi-baggers. Let us say Hindalco. Let us say Jindal JSW. We bought last year at I think 180 rupees. Continues to be in the portfolio. We are holding multi-baggers. There is no issue. Turnover will be between 50 and 70%, which is a normal turnover because it keeps us relevant. It keeps us fresh. It keeps us in tune with where the market is. So we will never ever be obsoleted कि हमने लीवर ले लिया hoping कि यार लीवर great company है, अब लीवर नहीं चलता है, and because of their fundamental reasons why it is not performing. There are a lot of reasons. We are not in that camp that we will continue to hold on to the hope trade. So doing it again, I'm telling you, you can still make money, and I always say this: there are many ways to make money.
Yeah. So because आप बोलते हो कि 2-5 स्टॉक में पैसा बनता है, पर मैं बोलता हूँ कि ठीक है यार, राघेश जी ने भी 2-5 स्टॉक में पैसा कमाया और पैसा इतना कमाया, and he made his money, right? Because even it's DVs or Lupin or Titan, उन्होंने पैसा कमाया तो पर पैसा कमा लिया. So as an investor, if I think that which is the right way, but as you said,
exactly what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. That is a classical, let us say, survivorship bias. We look at the best survivor out of a certain kind of strategy, and we make our entire theory based on that. So as I told you that day, I told you some numbers of how much money we made in Amazon, right? Because I don't like to publicly reveal what money we make because of obviously there are sensitivities involved. One should keep it. It's more money than you can imagine, and you know that, right? But the point is that I still consider it luck. I am the survivor of that trade. Amazon could have gone to zero. It could have gone to zero. Who can say? We are only extrapolating the successes of a few. Let's not put names on them. Let us look at the data. How many people become that rich by buying 3 stocks? अगर 1 करोड़ आदमी इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, कितने लोग आप कह सकते हो कि who made 1,000 crores or 5,000 crores? So, as a percentage.
No, I agree, but it's a valid point. अभी मैं बोलूँ सर कि चलो ठीक है, आपको एक नया आइडिया ढूंढना है, you know. So tell us the process. How do you go? अभी आज whatever स्टील हो गया, इंडिया मार्ट हो गया, अमेजन हो गया, सब हो गया. बट मैं बोलूँ कि आज की मार्केट में इस भाव पे, considering everything global, local around, tell me how Shankar Sharma wakes up and thinks about कि चलो आज अगर ढूंढना है तो कैसे ढूंढते हो आप या आपकी टीम?
So मैं यही कहता हूँ कि my journey today has taken me to that station when I really don't have to do much. It has given me the ability to enjoy life. It has given me the ability to enjoy my wealth. If every day I have to sit and meet 200 companies and look at their balance sheets, then I have gained nothing in life. Then I have remained a prisoner to my initial success.
नहीं, मैं बोलूँ सर, जब भी आपका मन करे, 10 दिन में, 15 दिन में, 20 दिन में, महीने में, कि चलो ठीक है आज मार्केट गिरा है, तो आई जस्ट वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट. जैसे
हमें मार्केट से कुछ लेना देना ही नहीं है बॉस.
ओके,
कुछ लेना देना ही नहीं है. मार्केट कैन राइज 30% और इट कैन फॉल 30%. इट्स अ वेरी वेरी डिसिप्लिन्ड मिलिट्री फैक्ट्री लाइन अप्रोच टू इन्वेस्टिंग. इट इज नो लॉन्गर ए वेरी स्किलफुल शेफ जो बैठ के एक डिश क्रिएट करता है, उस डिश में आज थोड़ा सा चेंज करके देखता हूं, हो सकता है और इंप्रूव हो जाए. दैट इज वन मॉडल. What we have taken is we have coded the wisdom of that chef and made it into a process in which the chef also cannot change that process unless he has experimented offline in his kitchen, not at the customer side. What this results is and I can tell you one thing, boss, if you in investing you are disciplined, forget about being intelligent or being genius. If you have discipline, you will win this game hands down. हम मरते हैं because of lack of discipline है. In both, Varinder, in health and in wealth. आदमी मरता है lack of discipline से. सबको मालूम है खाना कम खाना चाहिए, सबको मालूम है एक्सरसाइज करना चाहिए. किसको, आपको क्या जरूरत है साला पर्सनल ट्रेनर के पास जाने की? ये कि आपको नहीं मालूम है, हमको भी मालूम है, करते नहीं है ना साहब.
एग्री सर. तो आपको ये भी पता नहीं होगा कल आपको कौन सा, आपने स्क्रीन देखा, स्क्रीन में आपको देखा कि ये स्टॉक टाटा स्टील 10% गिर गया, सेल 20% गिर गया. यू डोंट गो एंड से चलो इसको लेते हैं. यू से कि भैया नहीं, जो सिस्टम में आएगा वही मैं देखूंगा, अदरवाइज नहीं देखूंगा. राइट? इज दैट द वे?
Yes, exactly. We do not fiddle around with it. Once you have spent, we have taken years to build it. And by the way, I must tell you, Varinder, every day it improves. Every day we test newer things. Every day. And I have to keep improving 1 millimeter every day. You see what I'm saying? As human beings, we will decline with age. You are still very young. When you reach our age, your mental focus, attention, desire will not be like that. But the machine will keep improving.
मेरी दो चीजें हैं सर. एक तो what is the thing that say Google, Amazon or any high tech company comes and says, boss, I am building an AI or a machine learning in investing, right? Then there will be a huge competition for the system. What you are saying, one thing.
No. अरे ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. It's like saying कि there are 100 fund managers. अरे मशीन कोई अलग थोड़ा है साहब. It's like saying सबके पास में एक्सेल है तो सबके मॉडल एक जैसा ही आउटपुट देंगे. भाई बैलेंस शीट और प्रॉफिट लॉस अकाउंट और जीडीपी डेटा सबको ही मिलता है ना. तो ऐसा क्यों कि कोई पीएमएस का रिटर्न 26 होता है, किसी का -2 होता है? होता ही है ना साहब. डेटा तो सबके पास वही है. Please understand, this is a tool. This is not in itself something that will make an idiot into a genius. अगर आप फॉर्मूला 1 की रेस में जा रहे हो साहब, और आप बहुत स्किलफुल ड्राइवर हो और मेरे को ड्राइविंग नहीं आती है, आप मुझे फेरारी दे दो और आपके पास मारुति है, आप फिर भी जीत जाओगे. बिकॉज वो फेरारी को मैं क्रैश कर दूंगा जाके दीवार में. Understand this. But if you and I have the same skill, if I have the better car, I will win.
So how much Shankar Sharma and Divina Mehra role comes into building this? Like how much percentage of your effort goes into building? I understand the back end mindset. सब आपका होगा.
We are part of it. We are not all of it. Because a lot of things that we have never seen in the old style of investing. I'll give you one example, okay? For example, what is the optimum number of stocks in a portfolio? Right? Is it 25? Is it 10? Is it 35? Is it 50? Is it 75? Is it 100? Is it 125? Is it 150? Is it 250? Is it 200? Okay? कितना होना चाहिए? अब इसका जवाब ना आपके पास है ना मेरे पास है साहब. इसका जवाब, when you run these tests over decades of data, it will start to tell you that at which point of the curves the returns start to decay. So there are times and markets and regions where a 40 stock portfolio will do the best. There are other places where 80 stocks will do the best. See, that level of granularity, it's like a system, it's a process. इसमें फिर ओपिनियन की कोई जगह नहीं है साहब. डेटा आपको कह रहा है. अब if you don't want to look at it, that's your option. But डेटा ये कह रहा है आपको. I'll give you another example. अगर आपको देखना है कि स्टॉक प्राइस पर क्या इफेक्ट होता है मार्जिन चेंजेस का, we all know that, right? But कितना इफेक्ट होता है? कितना इफेक्ट होता है? 12% का मार्जिन अगर 14 होता है तो कितना इफेक्ट होता है? 14 का 16 होता है तो कितना होता है? 12 का 10 होता है तो कितना होता है? 35 का 37 होता है तो कितना होता है? आप जवाब दे सकते हैं साहब? नहीं दे सकते. सुनो, होगा, बट कितना होगा आप कह सकते हैं क्या? नहीं कह सकते. मैं नहीं कह सकता हूं. But when you run these tests at these kind of granularities, you are able to come up with insights which human mind or human eye cannot come up with.
Sir, I agree to point what you're saying, but मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि आज हम इंडिया में I look at mid and small cap space. जब हम देखते हैं तो अगर मैं पास का डेटा देखूंगा तो मुझे कई कंपनीज 1% ROC, 2% ROC पे दिखेगा, कुछ दिखेगा. बट हमने भी देखा है सर कि जब कंपनीज जो नेगेटिव ROC से 15-20% ROC जाती है तभी वो 4 गुना, 5 गुना, 10 गुना पैसा बनता है. और उस टाइम पे सर you also know, I also know that there are very smart fund managers, there are smart promoters, there are smart everyone around as a system जिनको पता होता है कि 10 चीजें क्या होने वाली हैं. So how does the system captures those things? Because देखो फंड में पैसा लगाना मैं आपकी बात मान रहा हूँ, बट पर्सनल में जो आता है ना कि 10 गुना 20 गुना पैसा कहाँ से होगा, वो तो पता होगा कि भैया ये क्या हो रहा है और क्या हो सकता है इसमें.
देखिए साहब, सिंपल बात है. मैं आपको बताता हूँ. Again, if you want to go into the data aspect of, I'll give you. So if you invest personal based on all the traditional styles, and we are coming from that to this, so we have seen both sides. उसमें क्या होगा कि your average, your compound annual return, more of it, if you're very, very, very good, very, very, I'm talking exceptional, and let us say you bought only one stock Amazon and you bought only one stock HDFC Bank, your compounding will be 25% over a 20-year period. मोटा मोटा यही होगा ना साहब. इनके compounding 25 से 28% रहे हैं from the lowest till now. Okay. Now, if that is the boundary of the two best performing stocks that you and I are aware of in the last 20 years, on a 20-year basis, they will compound very highly for 2 years. वो तो होता है कि 2 साल में होता है कि वो 5 गुना हो जाए. That is fine. But we are buying and holding. Our returns will be 25 to 28% if we bought the two best stocks in the last 20 years. Now, if I systematize that process, my return will come down to 18%, 17%. Without any doubt. It will not remain at 28 because 28 was luck. Because उसमें losses वाले भी होते हैं ना साहब. उसमें तो जो माइनस वाले हम तो उसको गिनते ही नहीं है. हम तो देख रहे हैं कि 2 ही स्टॉक लिया, दोनों के दोनों 200 टाइम हो गए. When I put the element of system in it, it will come down to 15%, 17%. So our global funds have compounded 17% over 5 years. Dollar returns. Okay? Dollar returns. Market has done 7-8%. We are delighted because on a diversified basket, if I'm beating the market by 100% without taking the element of this high-low of having one stock or two stock in the portfolio, we are delighted. And I keep putting my own money into this strategy than the old strategy. Because उसमें blood pressure बहुत high up होता था साहब, बहुत होता था. एक स्टॉक दो स्टॉक पे सारी नेटवर्थ अपनी दारोमदार है. यहाँ पर in India, out of 600 stocks, I don't have to buy only 3 stocks to make $1 billion. If I have the right tools and the right processes, I can buy 20 and make the same amount of money with far lower risk and with far lower stress.
Sir, ये आपका जो strategy है, ये large cap पे लगेगा?
ये सारे cap में हैं साहब. ऐसा कुछ है ही नहीं कि large है या small है या mid है. If you look at our India PMS, for example, large cap is predominant. It is about 30-40% is large cap. Small cap is only 10%. Only 10%. And बीच में 30-40% mid caps. ऐसा नहीं कि जाके कोई high momentum small cap लेके आपने पैसे बनाए. Sorry, that's not the way we work.
So people always love to hear Shankar Sharma when he talked about small cap, mid caps. We have heard your presentations with some of the companies. So अभी वो जो fundamental traditional method of investing है, that is out. Now it is only pure quantitative method, right? Am I right to say that?
Yes, you're absolutely right. So I will buy those bottom up opportunities with my own money because I am prepared to risk it going to zero. I'm prepared to risk that. But I'm not prepared to risk your money on that strategy because that strategy is largely driven by luck and less by skill. You see what I'm saying? I have demarcated the boundaries. In your money, if I manage your money, it will be managed largely with skill and less with luck. With my money, because I don't care if I lose, tens of crores in a certain position. फर्क नहीं पड़ता है मुझे. But आपका अगर मेरे पास में 1 लाख रुपया भी है साहब, तो I cannot lose 20% in that.
So how much is the bottom-up approach and how much is the quantitative approach? मतलब आपका 5-10% bottom-up approach personal में जाता है और 80-90% quantitative investment में जाता है?
Yes, so increasingly my own desire is to move my personal also into 100% of quantitative because I don't have the bandwidth or the time to look at individual stocks. I find that this strategy gives me peace of mind. I sleep very peacefully at night and I don't give up the return. So like I said, best case में क्या होगा 25% compounding. इसमें मेरे को 17-18% मिलता है. मैं बहुत खुश हूँ साहब. Dollar terms में 17-18% is brilliant. Last year we were up 34%.
Wow.
अभी हो सकता है कि मैं अगर सिर्फ 2 स्टॉक लेता तो हो सकता है मैं 150% भी अप होता. मुझे नहीं चाहिए.
So does this come with age, sir? आपको भी हो गया?
It comes with wisdom. It comes with wisdom. I can tell you this much.
Wisdom is the right word.
Because होता क्या है वरिंदर के जवानी में आदमी बहुत चीजें करते हैं, करना भी चाहिए. मेरे पिताजी, I was very inquisitive as a child. Very. I was always doing new things. I built a plane in class 7th, which I flew. Okay. Then I built a steam engine in class 8. I was very interested in new things. My father used to tell me कि यार तुम एक चीज तो पकड़ो, हर साल तुमको नए हॉबी तुम्हारे होती है. कभी प्लेन बनाते हो, कभी इंजन बनाते हो, कभी क्रिकेट खेलते हो. मैं बोला यार मेरे को एक्सपेरिमेंट करने दो, मुझे नहीं मालूम है what I am going to be good at. Right? तो जवानी के दिनों में इंसान को बहुत चीजें करनी चाहिए. As you grow older, now you know with data what you are good at. Okay? Then you narrow down the field of expertise and focus on what you're best at. And what I'm best at is actually analyzing data rather than analyzing companies because that is too labor intensive. वो scalable नहीं है.
Got it. Sir, आपका view, sir, there's a lot of topic which is going around price earning ratio, PE ratio in India since last few days. तो आपने बहुत अच्छा ट्वीट किया था. मैं बोला आपका व्यू भी मान लेता हूँ, पूछ लेता सर, because मजा आएगा आपको सुन के.
नहीं, both Sunil and Saurabh are very accomplished investors. So, I don't want to join issue on this topic, just to be, giving a contrary point of view. But, they are very accomplished, very intelligent, very learned. I have a lot of respect for both of them. On the PE ratio, my personal view is that it is relevant within certain bands and at certain extreme points. So, बीच के बैंड में it really doesn't matter whether something is 40 or 50 or 60 or 70. But when you're talking into 100, you're talking in the single digit, then you should be very, very careful of whether it is telling you something which is overvalued or undervalued deeply. Broadly, it is the reflection of your return on equity. Your basically mathematically, agar aap dekhenge, and we look at math a lot because quant is basically math. It is 1 minus G by R by K minus G, which is basically the formula for the P ratio, right? Once you look at it mathematically, then you can derive the components of the P ratio and see what is driving that P ratio. Now, a Hindustan lever at, well, I don't know what it is now, 50, 60, 70, karta raha hai, mere khayal se 30 saal se kar raha hai. You can argue that it is overvalued. Okay, I have no problem in saying it is overvalued, but we have been wrong in that overvaluation. It has at different points in time delivered decent returns, although at different points it has not delivered. 98 से 2010 तक it was flat. 12 years it didn't deliver any returns. So this is an endless debate on whether P ratio is relevant or not. My view is that up to a point it is relevant, but don't make it the holy grail of investing, because it only depends on the situation of the market. If all tech is flying where there is no E, I'm not going to be looking for E. I'm sorry. That's not the way I've ever invested.
Right. Got it. Sir, people, as you said, now people follow things what they see. This आपने बोला, the biases what we develop. So, आपसे बात करने के बाद मालूम चला कि you are not a big fan of Buffett or Graham. That is not the school of thought you go.
Sorry, let me clarify. I just want to lay to rest that theory also. Okay, Arinder, ऐसा नहीं है कि I'm not a big fan of. We have learned from these people. Okay, we have grown up. We have read. We know what Warren Buffett has stood for, and he has stood for a very classical style of investing. Okay, which he did not invent. It came from the previous sort of investors. He modified it. Because every investor is like acting में क्या होता है साहब के दिलीप कुमार का एक स्टाइल था, अमिताभ बच्चन came and improved that style. If you see, there are traces of Dilip Kumar in Amitabh Bachchan's acting also. So nothing is fixed. What we are saying is that why should we get stuck to Amitabh Bachchan's school of acting? We have learned a lot. But if I'm going to go to Bollywood, why should I act like him? I have to invent my own style, in which that is one part of it. But that cannot be a simple carbon copy of his style. Because that has worked for him. It may not work. So investing is like that. We have learned from many masters, but we have to invent our own style.
No, I agree. So I was asking that if someone wants to read more on quantitative investing, who do you prefer as say, your guru or someone as a mentor, or any book what you will recommend? These are the things.
So the interesting, yeah. So there are good books. I can share it on Twitter also. There are books. There's a great book on poker because basically quant derives a lot from casinos. Okay. Because it learns the lessons from why gamblers lose at the game. So there is a great book, on poker, and a great book by a gentleman called Ed Thorpe that nobody has heard of. Okay, but I would strongly recommend that. It's hard to find, but let me see if I can get a link. I will share it, on Twitter. It's a great book on quant investing, and he was the guru of quant investing in the 1960s.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Who's the mentor now, sir? Like on the names what we know and we see across in Indian markets. Anyone apart?
So in India there are obviously people all our good friends Rakesh or Sunil or Madhu. They are all fabulous human beings more than just being investors, because you can be a great investor, but you should be a good human being also. And they have been friends for decades. I have a lot of respect for them. And the good thing about all of these people is that they are very humble, because they come from humble roots. The wealth has not gotten to their heads. I always say this, it's important. So I in Dubai drive a Honda Odyssey. Okay. And that day, one American I was telling you about had come and he said that you live very simply. Right. And I said, it's okay. I mean, I don't have to prove mine is bigger than yours, boss. I mean, I like this car. It is easy to get in, easy to get out. I can make it into a flat seat at the back, which on the long drive, I do that. And I don't have to prove to anybody that I can buy a Bentley. I mean, क्या 1 करोड़ रुपए की चीज इतना को उसके लिए थोड़े मारामारी करने की जरूरत है. So the point is, all these people have come from the grassroots. They've built a life of their own in a city like Mumbai, and I have a lot of respect and admiration for them, without any doubt.
Sir, since you are clarifying a lot of things, I don't know whether I should ask this or not, okay? But a lot of people on Twitter, okay, I keep on looking around, seeing around, your political views are very, very strong, okay? And, how does, it stand now considering India as a country?
No, so in my view, politics should be kept in the realm of politics. It should not be brought into the realms of business or investing.
True.
It's as simple as that. So I might have a certain point of view on politics. It's not a crime to have a point of view, but I can make it the central point of my view on that country. Country में मैं invest नहीं कर रहा हूँ साहब, मैं उनकी कंपनियों में कर रहा हूँ. There is nothing called share of a country. I am buying 20 companies in a country. As long as those are good, my political views don't interfere. So you might think I have a certain political view, but that has never impeded my investing view. And that's the way it should be. There should be hard walls between these two things.
But as they say, when the GDP of the country grows, and that is how you search for more and more opportunities in the companies of that country, right? Like, that Motilal ji ka jo, Ramdev ji ka jo presentation hua, where he mentioned about 2 lakh Sensex. Again, there was a delightful tweet from you as well, on that. So, so how do you, where does India stands as a country to you in terms of investment? Because you look at many other opportunities worldwide.
No, so I'm going to tweet what we had written in 2007, that Sensex would become 50,000 by 2014.
Wow. Okay.
नहीं साहब. So इस तरह के forecast चाहे मैं करूं या रामदेव, again a very good friend of mine, करे, we should always know that we don't know enough about the future. Okay, if you look at the BRIC report of Goldman Sachs of 2005 and you compare those numbers to today, the gap is like night and day between what was projected and what actually happened. So these are good to just see, but whether I am projecting or you are projecting or Ramdev is projecting or anybody is projecting, that is all just wild guesses and not really with any much basis, because future is very unpredictable. We have seen that COVID aa gaya na suddenly. So my view is that in India, this COVID crisis has cost us dearly in terms of growth, without any doubt. We have lost roughly, in my view, broad back of the envelope, about 3 years of growth. I mean, by next year, we'll go back to where we were 2 years back, right? Which we should have been, let's say, stock hai, aapne 100 pe liya, wo 85 ho gaya. अब वो 85 से जाके 100 पे जाएगा, जबकि अगर वो डाउन नहीं होते तो हम 115 हो जाते, right? So that is my as an Indian, stock market is not India, boss. And I've always said this. And by the way, this I have said in the last 25 years when the current government was not in power. Okay, so let me not be told that my political view will influence investing view.
So you're not bullish on India, but you're bullish on Indian stocks.
बरिंदर, मैं हमेशा 25 साल पहले मैं लिखता था, हम लोग लिखते थे एक आर्टिकल वीकली, ओके, बहुत पॉपुलर था. उसमें मैं हमेशा यही कहता था कि इंडिया में 2 स्क्वायर माइल बुल मार्केट ही होता रहता है, फोर्ट एंड नरीमन पॉइंट. जब तक ये 2 मिलियन स्क्वायर माइल बुल मार्केट नहीं होगा, तब तक मैं रियली बुलिश नहीं होऊंगा. बिकॉज हम फोर्ट एंड नरीमन पॉइंट, उसमें वही 2 मार्केट होते थे ना साहब, बाकी पीकेसी नहीं था तब. सो वी नीड अ 2 मिलियन स्क्वायर माइल बुल मार्केट वेयर हर एक इंडियन प्रॉस्पेरस हो. They move up the ladder, नए industries लगे, SMEs should flower. For me, that as an Indian is more important. As an investor, I can buy in any market 20 stocks and make money. That's no big deal.
No, I understand. I'm just asking that, as per you, so if I understand is that you're not bullish on India, but you're bullish on Indian stock as of now.
No, I'm not saying I'm bullish or bearish on India, because that is not my investment. In my data set, that doesn't exist.
Got it.
My politics doesn't enter my quant engine, boss.
Okay, out of all the countries what you follow, which are the top 3 countries where you put your money, or again it's called data?
No, so India, India, obviously it's our home market. It will have a large part of the money without any doubt. Again, understand this, from last year itself, I have been very bullish on Indian small caps. Okay. And I'll tell you the reason for that. The reason for that is that every market has a certain amount of returns available to give. आप उसको एक लेक की तरह देखें. Okay. That is my reservoir of returns theory. अब क्या होता है साहब के रिजर्वायर में वाटर लेवल कम हो जाता है when there is a bear market, which means returns have been very very poor. तो जमीन से सतह पे रहता है पानी. Then the water level, because of accumulating rainfall every year, it keeps rising. Now at every rise, आप देखोगे आपको लगेगा कि ये ओवरफ्लो हो रहा है, बट ओवरफ्लो नहीं हो रहा है बिकॉज वाटर की सतह इतनी कम है, आपको रिलेटिवली लग रहा है कि ज्यादा पानी आ गया, बट द रिजर्वायर लेवल्स आर फार हायर. Small caps were at the bottom of their reservoir of returns in the since 2017. Okay, if you see, they have been the worst area of the market to be in.
Yes.
अब उस return reservoir और return की theory से देखेंगे, cyclically that sector was due for a revival. It started the rally in January 2020 when it rallied 9% in 1 month. Go back and see the data. That was the signal I was waiting for. Reservoir of returns was telling me it is too low. It has to start filling up. January 2020 confirmed it. COVID only told me it is a small road bump, nothing more than that. So I remain very optimistic on that area. But again, this is with caveats. Don't go and buy small caps. It's very dangerous space. I am again reiterating that इनमें घुसना आसान, निकलना बड़ा मुश्किल है.
No, Shankar, honestly, there are too many things which you have put in my mind, which I have to go back and think again and again, again and again. So I will honestly do the last thing, which I love to do with guests like you. There's a rapid fire round, okay? And you should not. You should not be. Sir, you should not be politically correct, okay? Please don't be politically correct. Let's start the rapid fire round. और दिल से बोलना सर, ठीक है ना? If not investment, what would Shankar Sharma do?
I'd be playing cricket.
Wow. Your best ever pick in India till now, and why did you choose that company? वो आपका skill और luck वाला जो ये होता है, सबसे बड़ा पैसा कहाँ बनाया आपने? कौन से stock में बनाया?
So the thing I am happiest about has been the 2011-12 trades on the whole industry, not on one stock, on specialty chemicals. Because the HDFC Bank we all knew is a good company. Amazon was not such a good company, but at least it was a good brand. But chemicals कोई देखता ही नहीं था. And because of the China factor, जो आज आप APIs में देख रहे हैं, वही चीजें उस वक्त अपना chemical के whole group में हुआ था. कम से कम 10 कंपनियां थी. And that we were early and largely again because of luck, to be honest with you. So that segment, because सब पे debt था, सब कंपनियां all time lows पे थी. China factor came in and they have gone up many falls from that time. So as a contra bet, that is what gives us some more satisfaction.
The biggest mistake you have done in your career and why? And what's the lesson?
Biggest mistake was shorting technology stocks in 1998 because they were trading, because ये P ratio पे बात आ जाती है, 60-70 P के हो गए थे और मैंने कहा यार अब ये जो भी बोल दो इन कंपनियों को 60-70 के लायक तो है नहीं, तो मैंने शॉर्ट कर दिया and I was almost cleaned out because of that short trade in 6 months.
But tell us, like, what's the biggest mistake in a small cap? Because we hear from even Ramdev ji, Rakesh ji, everyone कि भैया मैंने इस कंपनी पे इस प्रमोटर के कारण इतना भरोसा किया. I'm sure those are stories in you, right? Because कुछ small cap में वो lesson क्या था?
No, I don't want to take names of companies because that is not fair, because then people permanently hold a view against that company. It is not fair. Look, we are professional investors.
The lesson, not the name. The lesson would.
No, lesson कुछ नहीं है. See, wherever I will lose money in a small cap, I will lose it because I understand the risk before I've invested it. Please understand this. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है कि साहब आपने ये देखा नहीं था, हमने देखा है. And despite that, we have decided to understand. एक चीज समझ लो Varinder, there is always risk in everything. We have to only decide what is acceptable risk and what is unacceptable risk. With that acceptable risk, if I invest and it loses money, it's okay. That's part and parcel. I'm prepared for it.
Got it. You have to take one name, about the names what I'll give you, the stock market personalities. What comes to your mind? First thing what comes to your mind when I read these names? Rakesh Jhunjhunwala,
a very large-hearted and a delightful person to know.
Wow. R.K. Damani ji.
RK?
Radha Kishan Damani ji.
RK is you know, in a party, he's the guy you will almost always miss because of his modest and unassuming personality, but a very, very sharp brain as a trader.
Sir, एक word लो ना. Madhu Kela.
Absolutely grounded analyst whom I admire a lot.
Sunil Singhania.
Very cerebral. He keeps sending me his trailers on what he's reading, and I'm always astounded at the kind of wealth of information and knowledge he has.
Samir Arora, your favorite, one of your favorite.
Samir is an absolute character. We go back a long time, and I just like the way he thinks. He's a very smart thinker, but he makes it seem very easy.
Yeah, true. Sir, which is the best corporate house as per you in India? Please avoid all the large cap names because हमें टाटास का, अंबानी का सबका मालूम है. But mid cap, small cap category में आपको कौन सा एक house लगा या promoter लगा कि boss they have done very well in terms of what they have said and what they have done?
So there is a company called Happiest Minds,
Okay.
which we listed a few months back, which we bought. It's up nearly 4 times in our PMS. And I can tell you that trade was not built on data from the engine. That trade was built out of my knowing Ashok Soota for a very long time. And that person has built companies from ground up from 1980s. Now, and the most ethical manager you will know, when he floats his company, I want to be buying his stock. Just astounding. And at that age, to start and list it itself is a huge achievement in the 70s.
Totally agree, sir. Now we see a lot of pictures on Twitter. So happy to see your lifestyle. But as per you, which is the best place for you to live in the world?
That is a controversial one. I like Bombay. That is my Karm Bhumi. That's not my Jan Bhumi. But for me, living in Bombay is an absolute pleasure and treat. And I miss Marine Drive and I miss the pan at Wilson College, behind Wilson College. I miss all that. I mean, absolutely. And I'm hoping to come back moment the lockdowns are lifted.
And which is the best food joint, sir? Because you keep on tweeting about all the swanky foods what you eat.
That you have to do a separate program on that. But I mean, there are many food joints in Nariman Point itself, which is where my office is. Sassy Spoon is very good in Express Towers.
Oh, lovely. Last question: did you propose Davina ma'am or Davina ma'am proposed you for the marriage?
Sir, kabhi ladki propose karti hai.
Maybe. Thank you, sir. Full dil se conversation. I really enjoyed. You gave us a lot of thoughts to ponder about this traditional investing and quantitative investing. We'll wait for your tweet to tell us, some books and some really great people we can follow to learn more about the subject. But this is really, really nice because what we have learned over the last many years, you gave us a new direction to see, which is great.
Sure. Thank you very much, Varinder. Real pleasure being on this show. And all the very best in your new venture. I really wish you well.
Thank you very, very much.